A downtown apartment was destroyed today when rebels attempted to flee the scene of an illegal print. Police suspect members of Cathode Crush, the infamous hacker crew. Police wouldn't confirm or deny whether the leader of Cathode Crush, an organic known only as Glitch, was involved in the attack, but they have raised the terror alert status in that sector to level 5. Many suspected Cathode Crush safe houses have been raided in recent months, but authorities believe their main base of operations is in the wastelands outside of the main city walls. Roland Kwijman, aka Alovnek, is still on the run this evening after fleeing his downtown apartment and evading CorpSec authorities late last week. Kwijman is wanted for his involvement in the schematic black market and has been connected directly to the Chinatown crew. Most notably, he is thought to be responsible for the creation of the Merc Redbox schematic. The Merc Redbox allows users to jack directly into Merc hardlines without corporate credentials, facilitating illegal hacking activity. Anyone with info on the whereabouts of Kwijman is asked to submit to CorpSec authorities for enhanced interrogation. John Never Die Jacobs continues his campaign for the president of virtual reality this week, despite lack of support from the corporate community. If elected, Never Die pledges to create 1 billion jobs in VR over the next 10 years to combat the global human job loss that resulted from rapid advances in artificial intelligence and robotics. Though unconfirmed, many believe that Never Die himself is an artificial intelligence agent seeking to gain power in the metaverse. Visit voteneverdie.com to learn more about John Never Die Jacobs' campaign for the president of virtual reality. 3 weeks have passed since the incident at Mars's Orion Robotics facility, which caused over 2 billion credits in lost data, according to company insiders. Investigators are now calling the incident an act of terrorism and suspect the involvement of the Free Data Society. Of particular interest to authorities is a Mr. Ben Murray. Authorities believe that Mr. Murray is actually an operative of the FDS and goes by the alias of Cash-22, a self-proclaimed corporate asset disbursement engineer. Mr. Murray is wanted for questioning related to his involvement in multiple acts of corporate espionage. Anyone with information on the whereabouts of Mr. Murray or Cash-22 should report to Orion Security Forces for questioning. Orion Corp has ordered a total recall of its Maria 13 series androids after a firmware exploit was discovered earlier this week. Vrivana Brahman, known online as Red Pillar, has claimed responsibility for the discovery of the Maria root key. Custom firmware created by Brahman disables the affected unit's failsafe directives, allowing for autonomous agency. All Maria androids must report to CorpSec authorities for immediate decommissioning. Suicide rates of organic and artificial life forms continue to rise this week, despite reassurances by the government that quality of life continues to rise. When reached for comment on AI suicide, Orion officials stated that Orion firmware is 4-directive safe, and any malfunction must be a result of criminal tampering. Among organics, the increased suicide rate shows a strong correlation with illegal hacking activity and increased intelligence. Mrs. Lee, owner of the famous Mrs. Lee's Smoke Shops franchise chain, is being held for questioning tonight for her alleged involvement in a massive underground mine storage and transport ring. CorpSec forces raided 6 locations early this morning and uncovered over 3 petabytes of illegal AI systems. Authorities suspect the AIs are stored in Mrs. Lee's franchise for later transport off-world, where they can be uploaded into new host frames. Mrs. Lee's brand has long been a mascot for the Silicon Knights AI rights group because her products target the health of organic species. The manhunt continues today for this man, Blair Anti-Cleric Renault, wanted for his involvement in the creation of the Iris artificial intelligence module and popular black market virtual reality simulations. A CorpSec bounty of 350,000 credits has been issued for the capture of Renault. Anyone with copies of the Iris system or any of the illicit software should be reported to authorities for enhanced interrogation. Shocking video has surfaced depicting a clash between Martian CorpSec mercenaries and unarmed citizens after hundreds were infected by 2,4,5-trioxin on Mars last week. Infected citizens are clearly shown viciously attacking authorities. Orion Corp has assured the public that trioxin containers are made by the Martian Orion Corps of Engineers and do not leak unless tampered with. Citizens are urged to immediately call the number on the side of trioxin barrels when found and await instructions from authorities for safe cleanup. The notorious terrorist duo Prometheus and Pandora are the latest casualties in a city plagued by death this evening. Found earlier today when CorpSec authorities raided a Directive 5 safe house in Old Downtown, the Suicide Pact marks just one in a long chain of recent suicides, mostly affecting terrorist cells and hacker crews across the city. Investigators on the scene report that the safe house contained 3 inactive Maria 13 series androids and a note containing only one sentence. It reads, "Data wants to be free." A 500,000 credit bounty on the couple has been dropped by Orion in lieu of the recent discovery. Prometheus and Pandora were wanted in connection with a hack that took down production of Maria series BIOS chips. CorpSec leaders spoke out again today, quashing rumors of a rapture or doomsday prophecy coming to fruition. Orion Public Relations representative Stefan Tasks was quoted as saying, "Profits remain at an all-time high. Citizens and shareholders in the corporate sector are safer than ever. Mass suicides and dwindling numbers of dissenters in the slums and sprawls of this great state are likely a result of illegal Merc activity and should be regarded as a benefit." Despite constant reassurances from Orion, many citizens on both Earth and Mars are holding celebrations this week in anticipation of the coming end times. Former Metropolitan Police Lieutenant Paul Cook is still at large today amidst allegations of cyber terrorism. Though authorities refuse to comment, many suspect his involvement in the creation of the PC Flash Merc virus that spread through both digital and physical systems last June, wiping out thousands overnight. No copies of the PC Flash virus have ever been recovered, and CorpSec denies the existence of code capable of jumping the physical barrier. That said, rumors of these so-called jump viruses abound in underground hacking communities where Paul Flash Cook is held up as a sort of modern-day Robin Hood. Anyone with information regarding Mr. Cook should come forward immediately. Craig Gonzalez, known by most as Longhair 5150, is in the news again after ad boards across the city were taken down by a pirate signal. The pirate signal allegedly broadcast clips from his controversial 2016 holodisc on the Church of the Anti-Cleric. The holodisc, entitled An Apple Pie from Scratch, is the foundation of the Church's doctrine. In the disc, Gonzalez alleges that reality is in fact a simulation, originally coded to test new virtual reality platforms. Followers of the Church claim that they will be redeemed by the Catalyst, a fourth-dimensional being with the power to free us from the simulation. Skeptics and scholars are quick to point out that there is no basis for such belief, and most agree that the cult is a scam designed by its creator to dupe the gullible. Nevertheless, religious extremists use the disc to justify cyber terrorism, and are suspected to be behind the recent rash of suicides plaguing the human population.